Hi everyone, thanks for coming back for another video. Today is going to be my September Project Pan update. So this is my attempt at normal makeup. Pretty happy with that. Today on my face, I did use a little bit of my Project Pan palette, which I'll go into in a minute. I used an Essence blush, just a bit. I used the highlighter from my Project Pan blush palette, which I can't show you because spoilers. I used a Stila pen in my waterline. I used a Milani lipstick called Teddy Bear. I want to buy a million of these because I use this so often and it's just a great darker nude on me. And then the thing I think kind of ties it all together is a ColourPop Super Shock shadow called Ritz. Again, I would buy 10 of these and I think I'm going to because this is not part of my Project Pan, but it's hit a pan already. For those of you who don't know, Project Pan is a fun little challenge makeup lovers often do where we either use up a product completely or we use up a cream or powder that's pressed tightly into a metal pan until we can see the pan at the bottom. You'll see what I mean in a minute because this month was a good one. Spoiler alert. Not really for anything important. I decided to pan half of an eyeshadow palette this year, pan a blush palette, and just for funsies, I threw in another blush that was a different color just to see what would happen. Let's go ahead and start there. The blush I threw in just for fun was a Melt blush. The shade name is called Polished, and it was more of a corally orangey color than a pinky color. As I've been saying for the last few updates, there's really no progress. I did use it a few times. It's kind of not fully in the coral orange category. It's a little bit pinky, and I think that's been making it harder to kind of color coordinate what I'm doing, so I just haven't been reaching for it. I did weigh it this month. I skipped that last month because I hadn't made much progress in anything. You can still check out that update because, oh wait, or was that the one? I may have hit a pan last month. I did hit a pan last month. I did do a weigh-in this month, but this one, no pan, obviously, and no change in weight. It was 42 grams. It started out 43, but I don't know how close to the line at 42 it was. It's been 42 grams for pretty much this whole time. The next product is a blush palette that has a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlighter in it. I've been working on this really hard. It's an Ulta palette that was given to me by a friend, but it doesn't have a name, so if you recognize it, let me know. Let me go ahead and show you the progress in this. All right, now I've hit a pan kinda in the bronzer a while ago. It broke, I put it back together, and then one of the seams I hit pan, but I was counting it, and I'm glad I did because I don't know if I would have hit pan in the bronzer anyway. I probably would have stepped up my use of it though if I still had it to hit. I've been working really hard on the other 3 in this palette. Last month I did hit this highlighter, but you can definitely see it now. And you see that round shape in there? I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the 2 blushes, I can start to see that round pan, especially this one. This one's a little easier to use a lot of because it's lighter. It doesn't get super dark on me. It barely shows up on me, to be honest, but I do, use it. I've used it to set my lids. Surprised there's not much more progress in it than there is. This one is definitely ahead of this one though. I've been making more of a conscious effort to use this one because it's September and I can just start to see the circle at the bottom, which is how this one started. So if I keep at it, I should be able to hit at least a little pan in there. Definitely in this pink one for sure. I weighed this and it did drop a gram from the 2 months ago that I weighed it. It is now 44 grams. It was 47 when we started out in January. There's only 6 grams of product in here, so that's a big use of this. But this highlighter one is pretty thin at this point. And I mean, I've been using it a lot. So, I mean, 3 grams since January and 1 in the last 2 months. That sounds about right. All right, and then the main event I can actually put to the front for you, so without a spoiler. It's one of the first eyeshadow palettes I ever got. It's the first rainbow palette I ever got for sure, and it's my favorite. But I decided I wanted it to look like my favorite and get some pan in this. There's 40 shades though. It's by UCANBE. It's called the Spotlight palette, as you can see here. My goal was to hit half So 20 pans in here. And oh boy, this month I went into this hard. I was like, I am gonna hit a pan by the next update, and let me show you. Look at all the pan! Wow, okay, it looks very panned to me, just sitting here looking at it reflecting in the camera. I have hit, total, not last month, I have hit 15 pans in here so far, and my goal is 20. So I've got to pick 5 more. But let me point out the new ones. I believe this is a new one. I finally hit this purple. It was so close to the bottom. I couldn't believe that I didn't hit it last month, but I finally did use it and hit it. This purple as well, it kind of comes out like a purpley pink. I went in pretty hard with that one and used it all over the lid. I think I used that a little bit as nail polish as well. And then this one at the bottom, it's a little harder to see this pan, I know, but there is pan hit on there. I thought I was going to use that up a while ago as well. I did use it all over the lid one day, and it was like headlights were on. It was so reflective and bright that I kind of felt silly going into work. Probably should have tested that out. But then I used it as nail polish, and it hit pan. I have a video about how I use them as nail polish. It's pretty cool actually, and I don't like to rely on that method because, you know, you've got 10 fingers that use more eyeshadow than just one little swish on a lid. But the shimmers in here look really good as nail polish, so I really enjoyed using it actually. It was close anyway, and I knew I was going to get it at some point. It was just a matter of when. The other pans are getting bigger still. I'm using some of those over and over. I'm sad that there's no pan in this whole row. It's the only one without any pan in it, but these reds are very similar and they're very pigmented. So not only would they not need much to get pigmented on your eye, I did use one as nail polish, like on just one finger, I think, just to test it. It's just a really solid red, and I've got 4 of them, and I don't use red very often. So I don't think I'm gonna hit, you know, any of these. The other 4 colors are kind of dark. Shimmers in here are softer than the mattes, it seems like, so I might be able to if I really focus on one, but I don't use those dark colors all over the lid or anything. So I don't think this row is going to be panned, which just makes the like nerd in me a little sad. But 5 more does feel like a lot. Between the 20, that's my goal in here, and the 4 here, that's 24 pans, or about 2 a month. So I'm 15 in here right now and 2 in here. We're going to count it as the month of August that's completely through. So that kind of benchmark goal would have been 16 pans by now, and because I went really intensely this month with the eyeshadow, now I'm 1 pan ahead, when I was like 1 pan behind, I think, last month. But this has me really excited because you can tell that it's been panned from like far away now. You don't have to like squint to see one little pan in it or whatever. I know I am determined to hit this pink. This thing, it's lasted all year, and I've been working on it really hard all year. I've been using it as a blush and an eyeshadow multiple times. It's one of the reasons that I think the mattes are harder pressed than the shimmers. This is going to be hit by the end of the year. I'm working on this light blue as well. It kind of looks lavender if you put it with a purple, and I've been pairing it with the one that I finally did pan. I think it was this one. So I can keep doing that, I guess. I like to move on to others that aren't panned yet, like, and primarily focus on those, but I think this is likely to be one of the new ones. This one I'm scraping away at. It's got a divot in it from a special project, but it would still count as panned. So like I have a little bit of that on today to just kind of use in the crease. I'm gonna have to really kind of poke at that, you know, little hole, but I should be able to pan it. So that's 3 of the 5 that I'd still need. This orange I use with a sunset eye a lot, and it's got a divot in it, so it should be okay. This one does too, and I'd love to use, like, I'd love to hit a pan in this row, like I said. Otherwise, ugh, I don't, maybe this one if I start to use it. How am I going to say? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I could probably hit right here. I used this one as nail polish. I don't have this like olivey green color as nail polish. It was kind of cool actually, but I'm not really using that on the eye. The ones that I just talked about, the 5 that were possibles, I do use them on the eye. So I feel like that's like the true pan goal or something. I don't know, but repurposing is part of what makes this possible. So I'm not going to be too upset if I repurpose something and hit pan that way. Another exciting thing, because I have been working so hard on this, is that it has gone down a full gram in weight since I weighed in with it 2 months ago. So it is now at 252 grams. No idea how much product is actually in here, but when I started it in January, it was 256 grams. So it's gone down 4 since then. Powder, it does not weigh much, right? But I mean, look at all of this that I've used. So 4 grams since January, that sounds about right to me. And it's exciting that it's gone down a full gram since the last time I weighed it. Again, that wasn't last month, it was the month before. And that tracks because I've used the crap out of it. So that's September, guys. We are well on our way to meet our goal with this one. Still gonna have to work pretty hard in this one. And I think this one's just gonna kind of hang out for moral support. Haven't decided yet if I'm gonna like declutter it at the end of this or not. I have so much blush. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god, I have so much blush. Somebody else can use it for sure, but yeah, it might leave the collection. I'm gonna try to have another heavy month of use for these two. The good news is I'm able to use it for work a little bit. I just don't have much time in the morning to make anything. It's dark when I wake up for work now, so it's super hard to get up early. Work is going. I mean, it's been 3 months since being in the hospital. It's holding steady, my health, my mental health, although I had a flashback on Friday for no reason. It's holding steady, but I wouldn't say it's getting better, but at least it's not declining with work anymore. Hoping for a solution and some adjustments, but I don't know, I'm here and I'm in a better mood than I think I was even last week, so I'll keep going with these. Let me know how your project pan is doing this year. How many pans have you hit? What's your goal, etc., etc. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Project pan update. Why do I have to say it like that? So welcome to September. That's so cliche. I don't want to say that. Highlighter from my project pan blush palette. Was that a spoiler? No, don't you start. Don't start. Hey, you're not gonna interrupt. Now's your time. Meow? What do you want? Okay, can you be quiet for like 10 more minutes at least? Please? Please. I wanna buy the categories. I'm like really tired of you. There's nothing for you over here. 2 a month. Go lay down. Or get up on the bed. I love you, but no. Great, now you caught me on camera being an asshole to you. There's no reason for him to be doing that. He doesn't want to be fed. He doesn't need anything. And I'm very attentive to this cat's needs. He's just doing it because I'm talking in YouTube voice. And if I kick him out, he's just gonna go on the other side of the door. I love this animal so much, but I'm so sick of him interrupting. I have to edit out like 18 meows every minute. Quiet. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Hello. I'm gonna do the rest of it like this. Just kidding. My eyes did turn out pretty good. Okay. 15 plus 2 is... Glad I did this first. Because this month is a good one for project panners. Because this month is a good one for this project panner. That's so stupid. Why am I doing it like that? Or we use up the product in... It's a palette. It's an eyeshadow. Oh my god, what's wrong? What the hell am I saying? Okay, where the fuck was I? Between the goal of 15 in here. No, that's not the goal. That's how many I've hit. Jesus